Hey, shalom guys. So I've got a short video I want to do tonight that is expounding on the different models that we see in our society today that are focusing on the pictograph Dalit, okay? And as I've said in my other videos, Dalit is a doorway. It's also a model of a triangle. And we're going to start off by just doing a basic understanding. Dalit reveals other pictographs within this model as well. And all of the pictographs, they all have, I guess I can explain it like this. Gimel is a foot, but within Gimel, you have Mem, and you also have Aleph and Lamed. And so it basically is a deeper understanding of that pictograph in and of itself. And so this is the first video I've ever done this on where I'm explaining a deeper level when it comes to the surface understanding of each pictograph. So within the door, we have two doors. Just like with every pictograph, we've got a negative and a positive side. A door opens and closes, okay? It swings both ways. And we have Yeshua. He says, I am the door. I am the way. And only through that door can we have access to Abba Father Yahweh. So Yeshua specifically said, I am the door. Nobody can come to the Father except through me. And within Dalit, we have the door, we have the Lamed, we have the staff, and we have Ta or Tet. And I put both of them on here because they coincide with each other. All right. And so we're going to move over to this side of the board, and I'm going to explain what all of this is. So Dalit is a doorway. What does the enemy want to do? Does he want to knock on your door and ask to be let in, or does he force himself in? Well, I think you know the answer to that. So we've got two forms. We've got the enemy's door and we've got Yahweh's door, or Yeshua's door. And when it comes to this door, we have today a door being entered by the enemy. And right here, I want to explain, there's a lot going on here, so just bear with me. So as you can see, we have an arm and a hand. And last year, Yahweh gave me some understanding pertaining to what's happening in the world and the different models to the things that we have. Like all of these pictographs, they were constructed by our Creator thousands of years ago, but they still pertain to every aspect of our lives. In fact, when I'm going throughout my regular day, I can't go anywhere not seeing any of these pictographs, any of these models in our society. It's amazing. It's like everywhere you go, you know that He's with you because you can see Him everywhere. But these pictographs, they also are different models to things that are on our bodies. And specifically, in the beginning of Genesis, it says, we were made in the likeness and image of Elohim. These are the images that describe his perfect design, his creation, Him creating us and Him creating the things in the world, like the trees and the flowers and the birds and creatures. They all are in here, all described throughout here. This is the living word, okay? And these pictographs are Yeshua. So going back to this, we have an arm. This is a model of Yod, okay? Yod reveals Kaf. Kaf is the hand. So we have Yod Kaf here, all right? Yod has to do with what we do, our actions, our worship, okay? And Kaf is the hand. Like I said, they coincide with each other, but this has to do with the work of what we're doing and taming and subduing ourselves. So like, for example, with Kaf, if you're training a dog, a lot of times you'll stick your hand up and they know that that means stop, obey. When I trained my dog Lila, when we first got her, she was so intelligent. She is intelligent. She knew what I meant when I put my hand up. So this also has to do with giving and receiving and the filling of the Ruach, the Spirit of Yahweh. So right here, we're going to focus on the model of our works. What are we doing? By our beliefs is what we do with our hands. So our thoughts, what we think upon and meditate on in Resh, the man's head, shows what we believe because our beliefs are manifested into our actions. So right here, we have the arm and hand. Within our entire structure of our bodies, we have itty bitty tiny little doors, Dalit. And this is our skin. Our skin. And what does our skin do? It breathes in toxins, but it also disperses them from our bodies. So like when we're sick, we sweat. We sweat. And they say, oh, drink lots and lots of fluids. Well, the reason they say that is so that way all the sickness and disease that we have inside of us, when we are sweating, it is a form of getting rid of all those toxins out of our body, and our body doesn't want to have those in there, so they're going to come out. That's how you heal yourself. So we have these all over our bodies, okay? There's a lot of different models to Dalit. You can use your imagination, but our mouth is a doorway that we can shut or close. You also have your eyes, your eyelids, and those can open and shut. And then how do we get other toxins out of our body? When we use the restroom, okay? So, and then there's other ones, more adult models, but I'll let you chew on that privately. So in this model right here, we have something that's occurring in this generation, and people are putting serum into a modern day lamed, modern day staff, what they put their trust in. So people are putting their trust in this, and within that is fluid, and within the fluid is a seed, but it's not the seed of Abba Father Yahweh, it's the seed of the enemy. So right here, I'm going to show you guys something. And for those that are somewhat familiar with the pictographs, this was really huge when Yahweh showed me this last year. I was blown away. So all of these pictographs, they go from right to left. So you go here, and then you go here. And we're going to stop right here for a second. You have the staff. Within the staff is the fluid, and within the fluid is the seed. Okay? How do you produce a child? You have to have the man with his staff. Within that staff holds the fluid, and within that fluid is the seed that goes into the woman and produces a baby. So they're very significant when he puts them in an order. It tells a story. It's just amazing. But right here, we have the enemy's lamed, the enemy's staff. We have the fluid within that. And then we have the seed, the serpent seed in this case, Nun, that is within the mem. And within lamed reveals this over here. So we have lamed, we have the fluid, and we have the doorway. People are putting the wrong lamed, the wrong trust in the wrong lamed, and it is entering the doorway of their arm. Okay? And this right here, I have over here. So we have a model of Tet and Ta within it, and the doorways within that. So we have the mark of the enemy. We have the doorway of the enemy, because the enemy comes through the door, kicking it down, forcing itself in it. But Yahweh doesn't do that. So think about that. Yahweh doesn't do that. Yeshua doesn't kick down the door. He wants to be welcomed in. All right, so with everything I just explained here, we have in our modern day society people that are choosing the wrong mark. They're choosing to put their trust in the wrong staff of the world, and in doing so, they have separated or divided their Beit, their houses, their temple, from Abba Father Yahweh. But those that put their trust in the Father and His Son, Yeshua, their house is being divided from the enemy. So it's two different doorways. All right. Now we're going to transition over to this side. And this side focuses on being a part of Yahweh and Yeshua's family, their family tree. Okay, so right here we have the hexagon. Okay, and I'm going to be sharing some pictures because for the duration of this year, it's probably been 6-8 months, something like that, that Yahweh has been showing me this hexagon shape just everywhere. And what He's caused me to recognize is this hexagon shape is a DNA molecule. So when you look at Abba Father Yahweh's creation, from the trees to the flowers to animals to us, this DNA molecule is within all of us. And the choices that people are making today are causing them to have their molecules separated to where they're no more a part of Yahweh's family tree. They are being separated. They are allowing the wrong mem, the wrong fluid inside of them. And down here, this was given to me the other night. And I recognize that there's a lot going on here, so hopefully you can see everything. I tried real hard to make this as uncomplicated as I possibly could. So within the Star of David, okay? I've done other videos focusing on that, but this video, I'm merely pointing out that when you allow this to enter you, it is putting the wrong mark, the wrong ta. It is separating our DNA. So no matter how you turn this star, no matter how you turn it, there's always a mark. We have a mark inside of our DNA. Yahweh had given me a dream one night, and he gave me the words helix membrane. And I don't know what these type of terms are. I'm not big into knowing about medical terminology. But he gave me those words, helix membrane. So I looked them up, and we have we have the Ta written in our DNA. And so he had shown me that people were altering their DNA by their choices, what they're allowing into their bodies, their beit, their temple. So their temple is no more set apart unto Yahweh, because they have allowed the wrong mem, the wrong fluid, to enter their bodies, and it has separated and divided Abba Father Yahweh's people. Okay? So it goes back to Dalit. Either you have the door of Yeshua, or you have the door of the enemy. And many people in this world have allowed the enemy into the door of their houses, their beit, and it has divided and separated them. So within this model right here of the Star of David, we have Dalit, we have Lamed, because Lamed, okay, there's different forms of Lamed. On my other video, I did more looking like a staff, but Lamed is just like with, okay, we'll focus on L, okay? Just like in our language we have L, well, you can also have a lowercase l, okay? They're the same models. When you see people today with a staff in their hand, it's going to be all different styles and shapes. You know, typically you see the elderly, they hold some type of a cane. That's also a staff. And those canes are all different shapes and sizes, but they all have the same type of model. They're straight. You hold on to them to help you not fall, okay? So we have within the pictograph Ta or Tet, you have 2 crossed 6. So that is another, even a deeper model to Ta or Tet, is cross sticks when you build a campfire. Okay, there's different ways to build a campfire, but a lot of times you're crossing your sticks. Okay, so no matter what you do with this star, how you turn it, you have revealed within it these different pictographs. You have the Dalit, you have different forms of the doorway, you have the staff, who you're holding on to, who you're securing your bait down, or who you're not securing your bait down. You have the Ta, okay? And then you also have Mem within this. So we have to choose this day what our houses are founded upon, who we are putting our trust in, what system we are putting our trust in. I just got done with the series where I was talking about the different models in our society based off of light versus dark signs, and this one, I guess, is going a little bit deeper, and so I didn't include it into that series. But this one's focusing on the doors of our body and what we're allowing into those doorways and what that is doing to our body. So if you want to be a part of Abba Father Yahweh's family, You need to make sure you're not putting foreign substances into your bait, your body, or you're going to be a hybrid. You're going to have the enemy's mark upon you. You're not going to be a part of Yahweh's family tree, but you are going to be a part of Godriel, Hashatan, or Satan's tree, because he wants a family too. Surprise! So as I was editing, I realized that I forgot to share a really cool experience that ties into everything that I was sharing. And we have a guest speaker. Lila, you want to say hi? Say hello. My name's Lila, and I'm spoiled rotten. Isn't that right, girl? Yeah. Oh, yeah, sweet girl. So, okay, my husband and I, we went to a local fair. And while we were there, I told my husband that I just wanted to ride one ride with him, because I'm not one of these big fair, ride all the rides kind of person. And I asked him if he would go on the Ferris wheel with me, because it is a model of Tet. And it doesn't jostle you about and make you lose your kibbles and bits. So after we finish that ride, we start walking a little down the way to look at all the other rides. And my husband says, "Ooh, I want to go on this one. This one looks cool." And I told him, I says, "You can have at it, because I'm not going to go on that one." That one was a little too much for me. So the interesting thing as he got on this ride is, and I'm going to show, I have some pictures that kind of give you an idea of what this ride entails and how the pictographs coincide to our lives that we're living today. So the ride, it was in a frame of a triangle, and poking into the triangle was Lamed. So we had the Lamed entering the door. And then not only that, but where everyone was sitting at was at the tip of the Lamed, the needle, if you will. And get this, I didn't realize this until after the fact, after looking at the pictures, that there was exactly 12 seats on that ride. 12. The 12 tribes of Israel, DNA written on all 12 tribes. Yeah, I was like, what? So, anyways, I'll put the picture up on here and show you guys what that looked like. But that just gives you an idea that you can see his models and concepts both in a positive and a negative form in this world that we live in. And then the ride, okay, get this. The ride itself was called Nemesis 360. Now I could really go into that number 360, but I'm not going to. But Nemesis, when I looked that up, it's Greek, and I'll put a little screenshot of what that deity is and what it has to do with. But all this stuff we have in our world, we have models of the enemy, and we have models of Yahweh, and they're everywhere. But that's all I wanted to share with everyone, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.